Okay, we're live. So
Woo!
thank you everyone for joining us for another WebCon Spotlight special. So today we have our guest, Kid Yuki, who will be collaborating with WebCon this weekend for a lot of very fun events with music and anime and
Yes.
everything weeby.
hmm
So introduce yourself, Kid Yuki.
Hello. That's my name. I am Kid I am trying to buy some time while I put this Facebook link onto my Discord server so other people can watch this. I would say generally, um, hang on, webcon interview is live. I would say generally that I am a nerdy entertainer, but more specifically a musician first and foremost, covering mainly anime and video game songs. In several ways, I do videos on YouTube, kind of pre-recorded sort of music videos type videos on YouTube with full band things or acoustic things. A lot of people know me for my acoustic Ruby covers. And then I also do live shows in real life at conventions when it's safe to do so, in acoustic form, or I have a band that will sometimes play called Kid Yuki and the Otakus. And then also every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Central Time, I have a Twitch channel and I stream acoustic request songs featuring anime and video game songs on there. And I also do game streams sometimes. So I think that's me. That's me. That's who I am.
Awesome. So I noticed a lot of very interesting parts about your branding. So why the 55 shirt that you are seeing in every stream and
Right.
every video online, and why the
Right.
kazoo, and what is all the
Well,
writing on your guitar? Because I'm very curious.
okay. So the 55 shirt definitely is more has more of a I don't know, an actual story and is not just a kind of random happenstance. So there's an anime called Beck, which is a anime about being a musician and also being an awkward high schooler, but also forming a band. So it just kind of super duper resonates with me and a lot of music friends that I have. And the main character, Koyuki, often will wear this Lucky 55 shirt. And I took a lot of inspiration from that show. So when I was kind of creating this persona, I don't know, maybe for lack of creativity, I was like, well, Koyuki, kid, Ko is like kid or child or whatever. So Kid Yuki, that's me. It's almost like an extended cosplay as my identity. So that's the 55 shirt. And I don't know, I just wore it all the time because I figured people would recognize me if I kept doing this over and over again, because you don't see people doing this. Like not enough people know about this anime in general. So watch back. Whoever's watching this, like, if you haven't seen it, see it. But yeah, I also have started to become known for my kazoo. Not to the same extent as some creators on the internet, but that was more just the thing. I was doing these acoustic streams and or these acoustic shows online and IRL, and I just thought, oh, it'd be fun if I just threw in a kazoo for songs that have, something that isn't just singing in addition to my guitar. So for for colors, you can do the or whatever. And I think one of the first ones I did was like the Fresh Prince theme, just for the heck of it. Because the more the more of these acoustic shows I did, the more kind of into the meme verse I started veering. And so that's also become more part of my identity. And I feel like kazoo and memes just work together. And then what was the other thing you said?
What is all the writing on your guitar?
Right. So that is all. Actually, let me pick it up. Those of you who don't know, so this is my guitar. This is my Taylor acoustic, which you can see on my Escape from the City video. Hey, you like that song? That's a good song. So God, I've had this thing for like 6 years now, so it's very beaten up at this point. But yeah, this is all signatures that I've gotten at conventions from various guests. I started out just getting dub voice actors, starting with Steve Bloom, because he was at a convention that I was at, and it was a small convention. There was like no line to his autograph table. So I was like, I got to get something autographed. He's just sitting right there. I love Steve Bloom. and all I could think of was my guitar. So he's right there. He's very rubbed off at this point, and then that just kind of spiraled from there into like Mary Elizabeth McGlynn is there, and J. Michael Tatum, Leah Clark. I also got like Little Karibo, and also again because Ruby is also a big part of what I do. I've got a whole bunch of Ruby people: Jeff and Casey Williams, Barbara Dunkelman, Lindsay. I think Aaron's on here somewhere. So yeah, it's just and people often say like, why don't you get that thing sealed or something so the signatures don't rub off? Because that happens a lot. Because I'm playing, and I don't know. I don't have a good answer for that. 'Cause I'm lazy. I don't know.
My follow-up question is, how many 55 shirts do you have? Is it one shirt that you wear for every video?
I can't divulge that.
Oh, darn it. I was hoping I'd get the answer.
No, that's not, I can't make that information public. It's, however many you think it is, it's probably more than that.
Okay.
That's all I will say.
One day we will know the answer, viewers. One day.
No, never.
Mystery.
I won't allow it.
Everyone
also,
loves
you can
a
buy
mystery.
This. If you want this shirt, you can buy it on my Facebook page. I've got a shop where you can buy this shirt. Not this shirt, but a shirt that looks like it.
What is the link to buy the shirt? In case anyone wants to buy one.
Facebook.com/KidYuki1.
Okay.
All my social media. Hello. All my social media is at KidYuki1, KIDYUKI1. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, Patreon, SoundCloud. I don't think I have a Bandcamp anymore. I don't know. Lots of things.
Awesome. So share a fun fact about yourself that you'd like everyone to know.
A fun fact about myself. I didn't have that prepared. What is fun? Okay. I just think this is fun that I have not by my own I played at Otakon. So there was as part of a band that a friend of mine was in. A friend of mine is a good friend of Greg Ayres, the voice actor, who also, this all kind of ties in. He did the English voice of Koyuki from Beck, and they put together a band to cover Beck songs. And this friend of mine said, hey, this Yuki guy, this friend of mine from high school, can play guitar. He's pretty good. So they got me in as part of this band, and we played like outside as part of the Otakon Matsuri in 2017, I think. And then a couple years later, they had us back when they moved to DC. So I don't know. I just think that's really cool. Like, it's not, again, I have my own band, and we've played a few conventions here and there, but nothing on the level of like, I don't know, kind of nearly top billing. I think we opened for like Back On, which was super cool.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's super impressive.
Yeah. It was a wild weekend. That was a super fun show. It was amazing, amazing time.
Okay, so now the serious questions, because I got the troll questions out of the way.
Oh, no.
So do you mind talking a little bit about your YouTube channel and your cover videos? What was your favorite cover so far?
Oh boy.
That you've done?
My favorite cover that I've done so far. It kind of varies from day to day. I think most musicians will tell you that it can be very difficult to go back and listen to your own stuff. I usually don't have that as much, but sometimes I'll be in a whatever, it all kind of sounds fine mood, and sometimes I'll be like I'll be in one of those moods where it's like, that note wasn't quite right and that timing wasn't quite right, and I just hear every little mistake that I made. But aside, when I'm not in one of those moods, I did do a cover of Moon on the Water from Beck. It was actually at the recommendation of one of my Twitch follower. Sorry, it was on YouTube at the time. One of my fans said, "Hey, what if you tried doing this usually really slow kind of ballady song, but do it like pop punk?" And I was like, "That's weird," but I tried it and it was really cool. And then I made a whole video of it, and I thought that came together really well. That I really enjoyed. But then in a totally different way, if anyone knows Pop Team Epic, I love it. Some people aren't into it, and I get
You
it.
can see it on the overlay, the Kid Yuki
Right,
version.
right. That's right. Pop Team Yuki. I rather enjoy Pop Team Epic. I did a cover of. I was watching the show as it was airing on Crunchyroll, and when they did Let's Pop Together, which is sort of like the parody of Let's Groove Tonight by Earth, Wind and Fire. I was like, this is amazing. I need to do something with this. And then I did this really memey kind of low effort video along with it, where I'm just doing this stupid dance. And I don't know. It's dumb, but I love that video.
I'm honestly gonna look it up after this because I really want to watch it.
Yes, you were always trying to get me to do silly dances or stuff like that. I feel like you would be into that video.
I would, very much so. And I also see that on your YouTube channel you have some fan-funded cover videos. So how does that work exactly for anyone interested?
Yeah, yes, for anyone interested, sure. If people out there want to give me money, by all means. No, as someone who plays anime songs, I am a human with a human-sized brain and a human-sized memory. So as much as I think I know a lot of songs in my brain, there are too many good anime songs out there, and there's always going to be someone who pops in to one of my panels or sees me at a convention or shows up to my Twitch stream and is like, hey, can you play X song from X anime that I've never even heard of, or I've heard of, and I'm like, I don't know that because there are too many songs. And I try, when I hear enough people suggest one song, it's like, okay, I should probably learn that. Like, I don't know, like people were like, oh, you should learn something from JoJo. So I started doing Roundabout because it's a meme and whatever. But I started a kind of crowdfunding / fan funding thing that can work in multiple ways, because people also ask me if I'll do a cover video as opposed to just like doing a thing for stream. And I thought if someone really wanted to that badly, they could kind of incentivize me to do a video or learn a song for stream by just, throwing a couple bucks my way. And that's happened a few times. I mean, people have paid me to learn like the Code Lyoko opening. I'm currently working on a Gintama song that, don't ask me how long I've been working on that for, but I think someone actually got me to do, I think Bloody Stream might have been, I don't know. But then also Kirsten, who I'm sure we'll talk about a few times, funded me to learn to do a video for Everything's All Right from To the Moon, which is a really cool game on well, I played it on Steam from Freebird Games. I'd never even heard of the game, and then I did the song and it was really pretty, and then all the people in my server and stuff convinced me to play the game, and it's a beautiful game, just real kind of heart-wrenching sort of thing. But yeah, if there's the main thing is, if there's a song that you want me to do that you think I might not do of my own volition, like if there's a more niche song, then the chances are better of me doing it if you do this fan funding thing. Talk to me about it first. Message me or talk to me on Twitch or something if that's something you're interested in. But if you go to my Twitch channel, there is a panel that has a link to the kind of the rules and just how the thing works. If that's something anyone out there is interested in.
Awesome. And then what was the hardest cover video that you have done, whether it be editing or performing wise? Or
well, I'm just gonna say, well, boy, I could give a couple answers, but the first thing that comes to mind was I mean, really just because it took me a long time to do that Everything's All Right, that fan funded video. I mean, it's not really. Part of it was the song itself, because it's this really beautiful, really emotional piano song, and I wanted to do it justice. And I am not someone a bit more adept than me on guitar could maybe do some cool tapping stuff to perfectly, copy what the piano is doing, but I couldn't do that. So I tried to find a way to make it pretty, but also be something that was doable on my end. And I kept just, I don't know, trying things and not being happy with them over and over. But also this was like, I was starting to work on this as COVID kind of started really becoming like, oh, this is serious. This is like things are shutting down and all that. So I don't know. I think just a combination of pressures hit me at once, and I just had a really hard time working on that video because I would try stuff and I would get bummed out about the song, and I would get bummed out about the world, and it just took me a really long time to put it together. And I thank you. I got to thank Kirsten for having the patience with me after giving me money and then me taking just months and months to even do this thing. And I'm happy with how it came out. I feel like people who've seen it, think that it's a good product, but at the end of the day, but that was a struggle. That was a real struggle.
Well, it was very beautifully done, and I enjoyed it as well. So everyone watching, make sure to watch it if you haven't.
Yes.
Plugging.
Yes, absolutely.
So you also host the Anime Jukebox Request Show every Tuesday on Twitch. So what exactly do you do on that show? How does it work? And what is your favorite part about hosting the Jukebox show?
So that whole thing started as before I even thought of live streaming as being an option. I started learning songs on acoustic guitar with the idea that I would go up to people at a convention in a certain cosplay and sing them the song that they're cosplaying from, like Guru no Yumiya for if people are cosplaying Attack on Titan, especially because when I first started doing this, that was when Attack on Titan was first really getting big. So my first convention was like Youmacon 2013, and I would go up to this big cosplay meetup of Attack on Titan people and play that song for them. And then I just started learning more and more songs, and then that turned into I would do a panel at conventions where I would have this little list on a piece of paper that I would hand around, and people would tell me what songs to do. And then eventually I got the bright idea, like, oh, this could be a stream thing. So now, again, I'm on my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/KidYuki1, every Tuesday at 9 p.m. Central Time. It's you pop in. We have a song list chatbot command. There's a link so you can take a look at this list that we have. It's just a Google spreadsheet, but it's like over 150 songs from Bleach, Naruto, Evangelion, Kingdom Hearts, Sonic, Pokemon, a million Ruby songs, some Rick and Morty stuff, some SpongeBob stuff, just because it's fun. You really just you look at the list, you find something that you like, you type it into chat, and we just do as many of those as we can. And it's super fun. Like I like the interactivity aspect of it. Like as much as I enjoy like the full band shows that we do, because those are super fun too, to just pick some songs that we really like to play and we think we can do well, and be like, here, this is the set that we're going to do, and just sit back and have a good time. But I don't know, there's more of a connection with the audience, obviously more so live when I can see them, but even so online when I'm doing a thing specifically for a person asking for a thing, it just, I don't know, I just feel like it makes the people across the world feel a little bit closer to me than just a guy who's playing guitar out to people and just I don't know.
Yeah. I can totally see that. There's a lot of interaction, and the chat is always really fun. To talk to other people while listening to music.
Yeah, it's also a fun time to just hang out. I mean, there's a lot of cool people who show up, so it's a number of people have just made friends just chilling in my chat, which is cool. That's a great thing too.
What is the strangest or weirdest song request that you've received during the Anime Jukebox Request Show?
The weirdest request that I've received, I'm not sure if I could think of that, because usually people will pop in and ask for a song, and if it's something way out of left field that I've never even heard of, then I'll be like, well, I don't know that. Let's move on. I will just say this was the first thing that came to mind. It's not that strange. It's more just again, I have this list, and also, again, I can only know so many of these anime songs because there are too many out there, too many good ones. So that's why I have the list. Like every anime song or every nerdy song I can think of is on this list. And I was doing a panel at, it might have been I don't know, Anime Milwaukee or something like that. And the list was getting passed around, and someone looked at the list and they're like, hey, can you do the third Pokemon opening? And I was like, well, it's not on the list, So if you can just like, look on there, find something on there, and we can do that. And they're like, okay. And they look down for a few seconds and they're like, can you do the third Digimon opening? And I was like, look, that's not on the, look at the thing. It's right in front of your face. Just please, like help us both out. Again, not that strange, but it's like, I don't know. I don't want to be mean to people who are there to see me play, but I don't know. It's just a little silly.
And I also saw that you use like your Twitch streams and your platform to fundraise for charity. Would you like to talk a little bit more about that and what charitable works you've done?
Yeah, it hasn't been much. So truth be told, I didn't start doing Twitch seriously really until this whole COVID thing. Before then, my main platform was YouTube, but I'm not going to go down that whole thing. I started thinking about using Twitch because there are just a lot of features there that YouTube didn't have. So I made the switch over because, you're not supposed to, when you become a Twitch affiliate, you're not supposed to stream to multiple platforms or whatever because they get mad at you. So I made the decision to stop streaming to YouTube and do it on Twitch. So I've only been doing this now for, now it's been like 6 months, but man, it's really been 6 months, hasn't it? Since even more than 6 months since this really all became a thing. Anyway, so I haven't been doing Twitch super seriously for that long, but in June, in the midst of a lot of turmoil, I just thought it would be good to try to do something with this platform. So I started a fundraiser for the bail project to raise money to kind of fight against just kind of the system of money bail, because I'm not going to get into that, but it just doesn't seem like a very fair system. But I set the goal of $1,000, but that I would also like match up to $500 so we could reach that, and we blew past it. I think we ended up doing like $1,200 or something like that.
That's amazing.
Which was super cool. And then a couple, it's October now, and then a couple months ago, someone from the Starlight Children's Foundation reached out to me and asked if I wanted to do a campaign in September. So all September long, I raised money for them to help sick children and their families. And that, I think even then we raised maybe like $600 or $700 or something. It was a good amount, not quite on the level of what we did back in June, but I also wasn't matching for the September campaign. So it was really cool. Like and I definitely plan on doing more in the future.
And one of the popular panels that you tend to stream online at cons is Weeblash, Anime Quiplash, which you're also doing for WebCon this weekend. So if you guys want to see it, come this weekend. So where did you get that idea from to host that?
Where did I get that idea from? I started out just doing music, and once I started getting actual like guest spots at conventions, they would be like, all right, you get to do your band gets to do a show, excuse me, and you also get to do a panel of some kind, or you can do more if you want. Then I started thinking like, if we have more content, it could just give us more opportunities to be entertaining, but also give people more opportunities to see us. And at one point, I think I just had the band up on stage and we would play Quiplash because I realized we could just do it and put it up on a projector and it could be fun. But eventually I started thinking of, well, okay, it would probably be more fun if we got people in the audience involved. And then Quiplash 2 came out, and that had the ability to create your own games, your own questions and stuff. So I was just like, oh, I wonder if I just like made a few games worth of anime and kind of con scene themed questions, if that would be a fun thing. And that's become, I mean, I think some people know, maybe don't even know me, they just know that panel because I'll go to some convention that I don't really go to, and I'll do like my acoustic show and I'll do Weeblash. And sometimes the acoustic show will be well attended. Sometimes it'll be like 10 people, but Weeblash will almost always like pack the room because people know Quiplash is fun, but then they see that it's anime themed Quiplash and they're like, yes, this is everything that I want right now. And it gets very raunchy. It's always 18 plus. So watch out for that. It is very, it can very quickly go off the rails. But it's such a blast every time.
Oh no, it's definitely really fun. I really enjoyed playing it. The first time I did that, I was like, I thought it was a legit game. I was like, you know what I mean? Like you could buy it, and
Yeah.
I was like, we're like, and then the fact that you made that game, I was like really impressed.
Thank
Like
you.
the
Oh, thanks.
questions, yeah.
Yeah, I tried my best to think of questions that would that are kind of funny by themselves, but would also have a lot of room for people to come up with their own funny. Because
Mhm.
some questions, like are you kind of lead the answer by the wording of the question. So
Mhm.
I don't know. Anyway, I'm glad you enjoyed that. Thank you.
No problem. So our next question is about your band, Kid Yuki and the Otakus. Do you mind talking about the members and what type of music you guys usually perform, your usual
Surely.
venues, and what it's like to perform at your shows?
Um, yeah, let's see. So this is it started out as just an accompaniment to my acoustic stuff. People who have been watching me know that I used to do stuff all the time with my percussionist David, who he and I have been playing in each other's bands since college. So he would always play drums or some kind of percussion for whatever project I would do. And you can see him in some of my early YouTube videos, HT and Escape from the City and stuff. Um, but so it was him. He would play some percussion. At a certain point, I got Kyle, who I've also played in a few bands with, who's kind of multi-talented. He started playing some guitar and doing some backup vocals, and then we started doing panels as just a trio. Um, and then Amaya saw us at a convention, like walked up to us and was like, "Hey, you guys play this stuff. I sing. Like, can I sing some stuff with you?" And that day or that weekend, we had a show, and we're like, "Do you want to come up and sing a couple songs?" Because she knew like "Simple and Clean" and some Ruby songs that we were already going to do anyway, and
Mhm.
that ended up sounding pretty cool. And so like I was like, okay, we have like a drummer, we have me as a guitarist. I knew that Kyle could do guitar and or keys. Um, so we really just needed a bass player. And Oni, who plays bass in the band, he like posted on like the Anime Central like Facebook group, like, "Hey, I'm a nerdy musician. I play bass. Like, looking for other nerdy musicians." And I just like, was like, "Hey, I play guitar." Like, and we were just like, vaguely in touch. Like, we were Facebook friends. We didn't talk much. And then I hit him up. I was like, "Hey, I'm trying to form this band. Is that something you want to do?" And he was like, "Absolutely, let's do it." Um, and yeah, we pulled a band together. It's, when we talk about what kind of stuff we do, like we're mainly a rock band, I would say, like very generally speaking. Um, I'll just say generally rock, because we kind of sometimes we push a little bit heavier, sometimes we push a little bit smoother and softer, because we'll do things like Escape from the City from Sonic, because everyone always loves that. Um,
Yes.
um, but we've done like the hero from One Punch Man, which gets
Mhm.
gets a little heavy and just screamy and ridiculous. But we'll also do Simple and Clean, or Stronger Than You from Steven Universe, which we do in a more just kind of groovy, funky, almost like R&B kind of style. So yeah, it's a lot of fun. As far as where we play, I mean, we've done a few conventions. So we're mainly based around Chicago, so we do stuff around the Midwest for the most part. So there's like, Uchi Con at University of Chicago. We've like gone out to Ramen Con in Indiana. Colossal Con is super fun. We've done that a couple times, which is super cool. There was one time that we somehow did Anime Expo, because they had like open applications for performances. They have this like 21 plus lounge area. um
Mm.
and we submitted, and they said, "Yeah, sure, yeah, you can come out," but like they we had to like pay for plane tickets and stuff, because like we're not that big. We're not I don't know, we're not like Caleb Hiles or Nate Wants to Battle or something like that, or Jonathan Young. um but yeah, so we flew out for that. That was crazy. That was super fun. We met a lot of cool people at that one. Obviously, we're not doing much these days. Although actually, the last thing we did do it was a C2E2 after party show at Reggie's, which is kind of a legendary venue in Chicago. So just to play there, but also to play,
Mhm.
even if it wasn't official, as kind of part of the C2E2 weekend. Also with the super cool band DLC, which is a kind of two-part. They're like, on one hand, they have an arm that is like a gypsy jazz video game cover like trio, but then they also have a full band that does a lot of like K-pop covers and just really fun like dancey but also kind of nerdy stuff. So that was a super fun show as well. But if any of you want a band to come to a convention near you, again, when it's safe, Kid Yuki and the Otakus, send them, tell a convention near you to hit up to talk to kidyuki1@gmail.com. And I don't know, we travel. We love to play for you guys.
Yeah, maybe in real life webcon. I keep getting asked. And what are your favorite conventions that you've been a con guest at besides WebCon? Because I know we're your favorite, but you have to have another
WebCon
favorite.
is WebCon mini sessions a separate thing? No.
Is the Kid Yuki Con weekend another one?
Right, of course. Yeah, it's got my name on it, so obviously that's got to be up there. Let's see. Colossal Con is just a blast, because it's just it's 4 days, which is ridiculous. That it starts basically Wednesday night and goes until Sunday, and everyone is just like walking around in swimsuit cosplays, drinking like alcoholic slushies, and I don't know. It's just a long kind of beach party of an anime convention. Who even cares if there's like panels? But there were like I also did Weeblash there, and that was a lot of fun because again, people were drinking their slushies. And we also got to meet some cool musicians. We got to hang out with Professor Shy Guy, who's a cool like chiptune musician, and so that was fun. Obviously, Anime Expo, although we were only there for a single day because we had to fly back for another thing. But also, the stuff I did with Project Beck, again, we did Otakon, and that was super cool. We also did OhioCon in Ohio, OniCon in Galveston, which that's a super cool location, if nothing else, just being on Galveston Island off the coast of Texas, over by Houston. That was a lot of fun too. What else is super fun that we've done with the band? RamenCon's fun too. That I think they have been thinking about moving venues, but they have at least when we were there last, they had a super cool venue in South Bend, Indiana, which it's like this convention center on the river, and there's this big kind of open hall area with just windows looking out over the river, over this like waterfall, and the stage was right there. So when we played it at RamenCon, we were like on this stage kind of with this waterfall backdrop behind us, and that was just super fun. Yeah,
You're like, we're rock stars, like
right. Yeah, that's what it
making
felt.
it big.
Yeah, it was super cool.
Oh, I would love that aesthetic.
Yeah, it was awesome.
If you could perform at any convention, what would it be?
Any convention. Other than real life WebCon. Again.
WebCon is always the right answer, but we have to give other conventions a spotlight too.
Of course. Something. So this is one thing that I'm sure won't happen, but I wish it could have happened. So one thing about me is, again, I live in the Chicago area, but for a couple of years I lived in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I met a bunch of cool people there, a bunch of cool, nerdy anime friends. There's a really awesome anime convention in New Orleans called MechaCon, and I've made a lot of friends, and that's kind of like a home away from home convention for me. I've like done staff stuff there, and I've done my panels and stuff, and people seem to have a good time with that. And I would have loved to have my band play there, but they're ending. This year was actually going to be their last year in July, but then because of COVID, so they're trying to make next year again, assuming if it actually is safe, that will be their last time. But I'm pretty sure they already have their lineup figured out, so I don't think that's going to happen. But that would have been so cool because it's because it's such a kind of home away from home thing, but also all these people that I've met who don't have a chance to see my band because they can't make it up to Chicago or any of the Midwest conventions that we mostly do.
That was a very wholesome answer. I thought you were gonna say RTX, and that's what I thought you were gonna say. I'm like, Ruby, like RTX.
Well, I mean, we not the band, but Amaya and I a few years back when RTX was still, it was big, but it was still, I would say, on the come up. We did a couple of panels, where we would just play. I don't know. We certainly, we can't do that anymore. I don't even know if they do fan panels anymore. But for a couple years straight, it was like 2014 and 2015 or 2015, 2016, something like that. It was like whenever season 2 and then season 3 came out, we did a panel where we would just play every Ruby song that was out at the time.
Wow.
So that was super cool. And then we also got to like, the second year we were there, we met Jeff Williams and Casey and like got to hang with them for a little bit.
So cool.
Yeah. So
that's why you didn't say RTX. You're already there. Look at you.
Right. Yeah. No, I mean, I'd love to I don't know, what are there are other, kind of big conventions that are kind of that are kind of white whales for me. I mean, so Anime Central in Chicago. I've been trying to get in to do a thing for them officially for a long time, but they, being a big convention, they tend to go for, if they're going to have musical guests, they're going to be big, like Japanese music guests, like a Japanese band or an idol or whatever. And they also don't usually let non-guests do musical performances. So my jukebox panel that doesn't usually get accepted. So that's been a tough nut to crack for me, and I'd love to get in to do something like that, because but the first convention I ever went to was ASN 2013. So I'd love to do a thing officially for them at some point.
I hope that you can. You got to. You're gonna glow up, and then it'll happen.
We're gonna try.
So how has the country being in quarantine changed how you have usually done your usual music performances? And what are some alternative methods you had to do to provide entertainment?
Sure. Well, again, once it got serious and things started getting locked down, obviously conventions, IRL conventions flew out the window. And that's when I started doing more Twitch stuff. And that's when I started, for a while when I was doing streams, I would do, every other week I would do the Acoustic Request show, or sometimes I would alternate weeks between the Acoustic Request show and a Jackbox stream where we would just like do Weeblash, but we'd also do whatever other Jackbox games people would want. And then when, again, things started getting locked down, I moved to Twitch and I started getting on more of a consistent weekly schedule where every Tuesday it would be an Acoustic Request stream, and every Thursday, for a while, every Thursday was Jackbox, but then I think people started kind of losing interest because it just kind of became a lot of the same stuff. So then it would kind of alternate. Sometimes it would be Jackbox, and then I would like play a game, because I don't for a long time I didn't play much in the way of video games. Like I played video games a bunch growing up, but then like high school and college I didn't do much of that, so I missed out on a lot of games.
Same.
And also just like recently I missed out on a lot of games. So like if the pandemic wasn't going on, I probably never would have picked up Animal Crossing, and now that's like a thing that I do. But then I also like started doing Breath of the Wild for the first time, and I was streaming that, and people, I don't know, seemed to have a fun time with that. We milked a couple of memes out of those streams. So that was a big thing, just doing more streaming to Twitch. And then I don't know if I started looking it up or if some of the people in Discord brought it to my attention that there were just, I'm gonna say it was probably people in Discord who said, hey, there are these Discord conventions and other online conventions popping up. So you should like give that a shot. That could be a way to reach some more people and do some more cool stuff. So, I mean, that's how I got in with you all with WebCon. And there's I don't know, too many others to count. Mochi Con, and there are a few coming up still. Impact Con. Now I'm just looking at my Discord list. Himawari Con. There's a bunch. Because once I realized that they were out there, I would just like submitted to a bunch because I'm like, I'm not doing actual conventions, so I don't know. I just needed a new way to get to see new people, and so I would do my show, my acoustic show. I would do Weeblash. Sometimes I would do, if anyone knows, Actually, which is a college humor game show. I've adapted that into a strictly like anime and Japanese video game version. I've done that a few times. But yeah, that's mainly been it. I've just like been streaming my shows, been doing online conventions, because I don't know, there are only so many ways to entertain people at this point. It's pretty much all online stuff. Every once in a while I'll throw out a video again, like with the Everything's All Right video. And like a couple weeks ago, I did a Near Automata Way to the World cover. But yeah, it's all online stuff. That's all we can do right now.
Yeah. What are the biggest benefits that you've seen adapting to this virtual platform?
One thing I think it's cool that I get to meet people like you, honestly, like people who are kind of making waves in the con scene, but on a smaller scale that someone across the country like me might not otherwise be aware of. So it's cool to meet people like you who are making these events, but also to meet like it's interesting to me when I go to an online convention's website or social media platform and I see their posts and I see their schedules are put in Central Time or in Eastern Time or Pacific Time, because I'm like, okay, now I know where y'all, like generally where y'all are located. And so it's just like, that's, if you are hosting a convention on the East Coast versus the West Coast versus, in the middle, like you're more likely to have connections in that area versus in any of the other ones. And so it's just another chance to meet people on the East Coast that I might have to otherwise buy a plane ticket or something to otherwise play in front of. So that's been an advantage. I mean, I've definitely seen, I'll do my panel and I'll show my stuff and people will join my Discord or my Twitch channel or whatever. People again otherwise probably wouldn't have found.
No, definitely. Because like in the internet, like you can connect with anyone from all over the world. So it's really awesome, like the connections that can be easily made now that everyone's virtual.
Right. Yeah.
So your Discord server, the Otakus, are also hosting a bunch of panels for us this weekend, from Battle Royale to How to Draw Anime. So can you talk a little bit more about your server and what are some common activities you guys all do together? And do you guys actually do in real life meetups, or is it just mostly virtual?
Right. Yeah. I was purposely holding off on that, but I didn't want to answer too many of those questions prematurely. So that is another big thing. Really this year that started becoming more a significant thing, because I started the Discord server I don't know, maybe like a year and a half ago or something like that, maybe or something like that. I don't exactly remember, but it's been a while. But I didn't totally know what to do with it because I didn't really know how to do Discord anyway. But I would, people would join and I would talk to them a little bit here and there. Sometimes we'd talk about anime or about music or whatever. And I would let them know when I was streaming so they could do that. But it was really this year, or kind of late last year, when I think there's a question coming up about people that I want to thank. I gotta say, Kirsten, I'm gonna say her name a few times because she really stepped up. So she was in charge of the anime club at the college at the university that she went to, and they also put together their own anime convention that they did for a few years, or I guess for several years that I wasn't even aware of. And I applied to their convention just because their university is relatively close by. And eventually I got accepted. Kristen was like, oh, hey, I'm going to realize that she was going to go to DaishoCon, and I was also going to be there because I was going to host some panels. So we ended up like meeting each other, although I didn't totally realize it, like, because we'd talked a bit on Facebook, but I didn't really know who she was. But she went to my Weeblash panel, and then I think she messaged me later. She's like, oh, hey, by the way, that was me. That's all to say, she started watching my streams, and then she joined my Discord server. And I don't know, she just like has experience with organizing people and organizing events and just kind of building a community, I guess. So she, I don't know, just kind of got to work without even kind of, I don't know, kind of almost unofficially getting to work, kind of just making friends with people and making the server more active. And I don't know, just people started coming to the server as more so as a place to hang out and talk to other nerdy people and make friends and chill and play video games sometimes. And it just kind of started growing from there. It's just so much, it's more than just a platform full of people who follow me now. Now it's like a group of friends who hang out, and now we have events. I mean, we before quarantine, back in February, end of January or something, we did, oh shoot, I don't remember when it was. Before quarantine, we did an IRL meetup at a round one arcade nearby. So that was cool that like people, even though we're like, a lot of us are in the Chicago area, like a lot of us hadn't even met before. So just to hang out, to play some games, to do some karaoke, that was cool. And then a lot of this was kind of done without me. I was like kind of hands off for a lot of this. That Kirsten again would mostly take the reins, but a bunch of other people, Angel, who is my other mod on the server, but also AJ, Erica, Jacob, Sai, Hako. I'm sorry if I forget your name, if any of you are watching. There, a lot of people really like stepped up and again just like turned this thing into much more of a community than it was before. But they helped to put together a convention, which was crazy because people had talked to me before. They're like, hey, there should be some kind of Kid Yuki convention. And I just thought, okay, that'll be some meetup somewhere and maybe we'll do some stuff. But then there was the quarantine. And so for these people to throw together this event, I was legitimately impressed that some of these people who have never hosted a panel before like came up with some really cool ideas that were like super fun and entertaining.
Mm-hmm. It really was.
And yeah, it was a blast. Like not that I didn't expect it to be fun, but I was just like genuinely like very surprised with how cool it was. So I don't even want to like take much, if any, of the credit for that stuff. That was all those people that I said. And then that you know, that Kristen was talking to you because I don't know, we were just interacting more. Our communities were just like meshing a bit more. So to get our server involved with your server and to have this collab event going on, it's super cool because like you were one of the earlier conventions that I joined, but you're definitely still one of my favorites. Sorry, my favorite. Sorry, I'm supposed to say number one. No other competition.
Not number 55, number one.
No. Of course. No, I mean legit. There's such a cool atmosphere. I remember just like hopping into like the like music room and just hanging with people and listening to the stupid like weeby meme songs and like you've built a cool server of your own. So to be able to work with y'all on this thing, it's really cool.
Yeah, no, definitely. I'm in a lot of anime groups and anime discords with the burner account, and a lot of those can be very toxic. So I really appreciate that your community is like very weeby and fun, but not toxic. So if you're looking for that, please join the server, everyone, because I know it can get frustrating. Yeah,
that is one thing. We do try to keep it pretty positive. I don't think this is the thing. We recently like we've always the core group always try to keep it pretty positive and friendly, and just just chilling, having a good time. And I didn't want to have to like police that, but at a certain point we had a couple of people who were just constantly starting trouble with other users. And then we had some just straight up trolls who were popping in and posting just some messed up stuff. So we ended up imposing, I feel like they're just general, pretty, I don't know, common sense kind of rules, but just about, I don't know, not using hate speech and not using derogatory language and not, I don't know, trying to, see things from the other person's perspective instead of arguing for the sake of pissing people off.
Yeah.
And I don't know, et cetera, et cetera. And I don't know. I again, we just try to keep. I don't want to be the happiness police or whatever. But I don't know. I feel like since we've done that, we've kind of rebalanced everything, and yeah, it just feels like a pretty happy, pretty fun place to hang out. In addition to the convention, we. Back when Animal Crossing was a much bigger thing, we would, hang out and go to people's islands. We would play games there. We've done little, Smash Ultimate friendlies here and there. We've done some streams where people in the server will play Among Us together. Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's a lot of fun. It's I'm just amazed at how. Again, this is just turned from another social media platform. Like, this isn't just, my Facebook fan page or my Instagram or whatever. Like, this is a group of people who have made friends with each other that I only partially had anything to do with just because they're there because they found my stuff. It's I don't know. It's wild to me. It's amazing.
Oh no, it definitely is, and everyone there is like super friendly. It's a really fun community. Join, guys, and you'll meet like actual nice anime people.
yeah, we'll be posting if you check out the Kid Yuki Con collab this weekend. We'll post links to the server so you can head it up. So when we say join, we'll tell you how to join. Don't worry, we'll post links.
Definitely. And what are some plans that you have for the future? Any sneak peeks that you would like to share? Can we know anything?
Sneak peeks. I have a few videos planned. I've got a few things that I'm trying to do. Yeah, there's some that I've said public. So I'll just say, I've got. Gosh, I'm so sorry. I've got a video coming out, a kind of a spoopy meme song coming out for this month. I don't know when exactly that's going to happen, but check out my YouTube channel for that. But also every year when the first Ruby episode hits, I am always quick to, last year I started, or actually a couple years ago, I think, I started a thing where as soon as the opening song comes out, I do a live stream where I'm live teaching myself how to play the song. And then
that's cool.
and then a week or so later, I'll put out my full cover of that, which again, I'll be in Neptune cosplay and stuff. So that's going to happen because it's November 8th, I think, is when.
I have a request. Can you please wear a mustache and have a police badge? What?
Oh, that would be a good idea.
Please. I would love that. That needs to be done. I have not seen anyone do that in any cons or anything. And I'm like, please have a Neptune with the terrible mustache and terrible police detective badge.
That's a good idea. Okay.
Yes,
I might have to look at I'm going to write that down. I'm going to write that down. That is a good idea. Because the past few videos, Neptune with mustache. Well, mustache and badge.
Like Neptune and Ruby Chibi is just so amazing.
That's true.
Like, I know he's fun in Ruby, but like just the Chibi, it just highlights everyone's quirkiness even more. And like, and you need to find a son and just walk around a con doing that.
Sure. Yeah. The last few Ruby covers that I've done, I've had a little kind of skit thing with Neptune at the beginning of each video. I'm not going to give it away, so just check those out.
Oh gosh.
So yeah, that could give me an idea of how to do the next one. All right.
Okay, so this is the biggest $1 million question. What is your favorite plushie behind you? I need to know. There's so many great ones. I need to know.
Number one, I
Yes.
think. Well, I've got. I guess I'm gonna have to give you two because they're for very different reasons.
Okay.
One is, and I can't move
Oh
them
my
because I'm
God,
gonna
there's
knock
more
my
now because you
display
moved.
over. Yeah. So hang on, I want to try to move this so I'm not distorting too much. So back there, that dog with the patchy, the like blue patch
Yeah.
on his face. So that's Beck from Beck. And that was the first show that that Beck cover band Project Beck did was at OhioCon 2015, and we played a show, and then we walked off stage, and this one woman who I think was on staff at OhioCon handed
Hmm.
us all of these like hand sewn Beck plushes with our
That
names like
is
written on the
so
tag.
cute.
Yeah, so that just bar none. Even if I didn't love the anime Beck as much as I do, which I do, I mean that's just a cool thing anyway. So
Yeah.
that's easily number one. Um, Man, but like so many of these other ones have a serious place in my heart. I mean, the if you can even see the Magnemite, you can barely see that that's what that is with the Super Saiyan wig on top. That is we call him Olive. He's my son. He's a Super Saiyan Magnemite. Um,
Oh my
so
God.
so that's a thing. You'll see him pop up. He's a bit of a meme within the community. He has an official emote now on Twitch. So I'm very proud of him. But also
That's
that giant
great.
Charmander back there, I've had since I was probably like 9 or 10. So
I was about to
that's
say that looks so retro because you can tell when you have the original like Pokemon plushies because they just have
yeah,
like that very chunky look. Like
yeah.
Pikachu just
That
looks so
that
fat.
wait, I got this Pikachu back here too. This is also a very
Yes,
old
like the
Pikachu.
really chunky, like
Yeah,
oh, it's so
yeah,
cute.
yep.
Awesome. So we're about to wrap up. So Kid Yuki, share your plugs and all your social medias and everything for everyone watching so they can follow you.
Yes. Again, everything is Kidyuki1. Actually, if you go to my link tree, which is just linktr.ee/kidyuki1, there is a link to my Discord server if you want an easy way to get into that. But otherwise, everything is KIDYUKI1, and that's Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Twitch, um, Instagram, SoundCloud, etc. Um, yeah, and I stream every Tuesday. We on Thursday. That's tomorrow. Tomorrow we're going to be streaming some Among Us with some people in the Discord. So if you want to be part of that, better hit up the Discord. Also,
Oh, Among Us.
and then Friday we got the con is kicking off the Yuki Con X WebCon 2020. I'm so excited. We have such a cool lineup, and again, it's awesome to be working with you guys. So thanks for letting us be part of this.
Thank you. And for everyone who is curious about our schedule, Friday we have for our first panel, that time it became a part of an online community featuring the Utakus. So you get to meet the Utaku server. Yeah. And then we have How to Draw Anime, and then we have Weeblash, Anime Quiplash, if you want to join in and play that game and see what it's like. And then on Saturday, we have Anime Jukebox, the acoustic request show by Kid Yuki himself. And then we have Do You Know What Show It Is? Impromptu Storytelling, Webcon Battle Royale. And then on Sunday, we have Cosplay Makeup 101 with Amaya. And we also have Who's That Anime Part 2. So be sure to join us. It'll be lots of fun.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Thanks, everybody.
Yep. Thank you, everyone, for watching. The stream stopped. I'll stop the recording.